There comes a point in a YouTuber's career when they might want to expand outwards into unknown lands and conquer them. This process YouTubers follow is called creating a group channel. Now, many of these YouTubers come together and try to conquer these unknown lands, but what usually happens is that they fail. Why? Well, that's a whole different topic at CBA to talk about, so sorry, you're not going to get an explanation for that. However, if these YouTubers do come together, come up with a good plan and create an amazing connection between each other, then all that can happen for them is success. Hence why some of the biggest YouTubers today are part of a group. So in this week's video, I'm going to review the best YouTube groups out there, and because I hate doing research, these are all the groups that I know about. So if I do happen to miss one, then be sure to tell me in the comments below. Well, who best to start with than Team 10? This group was horrendous. I mean, look at who their leader is. This guy, this absolute schmuck. I don't think there are more than 5 people on the entire planet that actually like this guy. I feel like even Jake's family genuinely don't like him, and they have to just put up with him because he's related to them. So now imagine he's the leader of a group. Yeah, it's not going to end well for them. To be honest, I don't even know who most of these guys are or even what they did. They just lived in Jake's house, and occasionally Jake would pull out his camera and record them going about their business. And some people, for some reason, actually like watching this stuff. I mean, it was probably children, but why? How is it appealing to anyone of any age in any kind of way? And on top of that, they feel that using the basic formula for a group channel, that being a good successful group has no leader. So this group basically failed to begin with because 1, it had a leader, and 2, the leader was an immature child called Jake Paul. So with that, I'm gonna have to give this group a 2 out of 34. I guess we're getting the groups that broke up out of the way first. Next, we have The Pack. Now, if you're young, like I'm talking 14 or under, you probably won't know these immaculate people. But what I can say is that these people were indeed immaculate. At an age when Minecraft was booming, these guys known as Vicstar123, Lucklin, Preston Plays, a guy called Rob. I actually don't remember what his YouTube channel is called. Wait, Ruthless, that was his name. And obviously, Beijing Canadian and Jerome ASF were at the forefront of it all. Obviously, alongside people like Dan TDM and Sunny and some other guys too. But they weren't really in a group. These guys would make videos with each other, just doing random things in Minecraft, having fun and just messing around. Sadly, they never had a group channel where they posted together. And at some point in 2017, when Fortnite started blowing up, these guys split. Well, I mean, they didn't really split, but they stopped making content together because I guess life hit them. I hope life never hits me like that. Anyway, yeah, they were amazing and entertaining, but as a group, they couldn't handle the heat. So realistically, I'm gonna have to rate them a 20 out of 34. This next group shaped gaming content as a whole. This next group are the leaders of the gaming world. This next group were at some point the most popular group to ever exist. This group is of course the Vanoss gaming crew. If you didn't watch these lot back in the day and you played games, what were you thinking? Are you mentally healthy? These guys were the greatest crew to exist at one point in time. Yes, they were named after one guy, so technically he is the leader, but still, the crew was a great crew. Their content was unique, funny, and sometimes of high production. It was just a bunch of friends hanging out and playing games, and that in itself was amazing. Now, why are they not placed somewhere higher? Well, half the crew still seems to be doing well, but the other half, however, has basically died off. The other half either got into controversy or just started uploading less, which basically means their channel slowly started to die. Half the members just aren't there anymore, and it ruins the basic integrity of the group. If you want to know more about what happened to the Vanoss gaming crew, then go watch the Sunny V2 video and I'll explain everything. So unfortunately with that, I'm gonna have to rate these guys a 23 out of 34. Next, I want to talk about the group that became something else. Something it wasn't originally meant to be. The group that started out as a bunch of friends playing games together and then slowly turned into a business that is now falling apart, both business-wise and friendship-wise. That group, as many of you may have guessed, is Faze Clan. These lot were amazing to watch back in the day. The clips of COD were just stupendous. 360s, 720s, and even 1080 scopes were nothing for these guys. And watching the amazing clips of these guys always hyped me up, making me wish that I could do this one day as well. But then, other people took charge. Investors came in, and all of a sudden, what the group was originally meant to be had vastly changed. It went from a bunch of friends just doing their thing to people competing in a big world trying to make as much money as possible. And while what the group actually did remained pretty much the same, the things that made up the core values of the original group didn't. And for that, I cannot rate this group any higher than 18 out of 34. Had I been making this video even 5 years earlier, the rating would be so much higher. But sadly, that's where it's gonna have to be at. Dropouts. Now there's 2 of these guys out there. There's these American dons called the Dropouts podcast, who I only found out about really recently, and I can't lie, they're a bit dead. The only entertaining one is this guy, and it's because he says the most outrageous things with a straight face. But on the other hand, we have this group called Just the Dropouts, which I've been following since probably December 2019. They're not too famous, only having about 150,000 subs. Now they upload every week on either a Friday, Saturday or Sunday, and their content revolves around being annoying to the public. So basically Nico and Gideon style videos, except there's 2 people involved. Now these schmucks used to have a 3rd member called Manta, but he left because he wanted to pursue his own career path on YouTube. And well, since then he's barely even uploaded. The guy could have died for all I know. He probably disappeared like his dad. Inside joke, by the way. So due to the fact that this duo is no longer a group, and due to the fact that they lost a member, I'm gonna have to give them a humble rating of 22 out of 34. These next guys are amazing. They're not as consistent as other group channels, but their videos are always of the highest quality. They're of course the Nelk boys. These guys might as well say that they make short documentaries, because their production level is a whole different level to many other groups out there. And on top of that, they also do podcasts and many other things to help expand their brand. Their content I find is always entertaining, because they do very unique things and somehow always find a way to make the videos very funny and intriguing. And their comedy isn't just a single type. These lot go all over the comedy spectrum, meaning that they hit all types of fans on their funny bones. If Nelk uploaded as much as other group channels that I'm going to mention later on, they might literally be at the top of the YouTube world, up there with Mr. Beast and all those types of people. So with that, Nelk is going to get an amazing 29 out of 34. Dude, perfect. Literally almost perfect. Yes, their main content on their channel is about doing trick shots, but they also do a variety of other things on their other channels. They have podcasts with little mini game shows in them, and I think some of the members even have their own thing going on. And all around, they all work hard to expand their brand without selling out like Faze did. Come to think of it, these guys are literally like Faze Clan but in real life, and they're actually decent to watch till this day. The connection they have with each other is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm sure it will continue to be that way, as their personalities and how they interact with each other literally make up 70% of why they're so fun to watch. So with that, I'm gonna have to give these guys a 28 out of 34. Beta Squad! Now, many of my viewers are actually Americans, so you may not know who these guys actually are, but the UK boys know them well. These guys are probably in the top 3 groups in the UK. They might even be second. Actually, you know what? They are second. When you think of a content group that was made between friends who used to grind YouTube, then the first group that comes to mind is actually not Beta Squad, it's a Sidemen. But then it's Beta Squad. Sorry, guys. Anyway, the description of entertainment does not cut it. These guys are on levels of entertainment that most groups that I mentioned above just cannot be. The chemistry between these guys ain't just some I'm here for YouTube type things, but it's that of real life friends. The connection that some of these guys have with each other, random people watching this video will wish they had. That's how close they are. And that's also what makes them so entertaining to watch. They make jokes, they mock each other, they say funny things, do dumb things, and their personalities all complement each other splendidly. Now, why are they third and not second? Well, they only really began being consistent about a year and a bit ago, which is terrible for a group that's been around since like 2018. And most of the members aren't even consistent on their own channel. And sometimes, just sometimes, their videos don't always hit. However, when their videos do hit, it hits. So of course with that, I'm gonna have to rate these lot a 31 out of 34. And for the penultimate round, we have the lead American YouTube group, I think. It's AMP! Yeah, these guys have been consistently making videos for a while now, but my dumbass didn't really know about them until about 2021 when Kai Snap blew up. And I didn't really even watch any of their videos till around December of last year. But all I have to say is that these lot can be really entertaining. Like, I'm not really a person that laughs out loud. I'm one of those types of people that just smiles here and there. But some of the videos that these guys made literally had me audibly laughing, which should show you that these lot are extravagant when it comes to making good content. These lot will do things that are extremely stupid, like have a fireworks fight in their house. Or even Duke Dennis will be out there using unspoken riz, making everyone give a funny surprise reaction. And of course, they'll also make fun of each other like real friends do. However, some of their content can be a bit worse for wear. It's sometimes not as entertaining. I don't know if it's just because the vibes aren't there, or the other people that they invite ruin the connection they have, but sometimes I find myself sat there bored waiting for the video to end, which is not so good. So with that, even though I'm ranking them second place, their actual rate is going to be a bit lower than Beta Squad at 30 out of 34. Finally, we've reached the end. And there's only really one group left which has to be at number 1. And that group is the amazing, the spectacular, the phenomenal, I ran out of big words, TSM. I'm joking, by the way. TSM are useless. It's Clout Gang! Clout Gang are an interesting group of people. They joined together back in 2017 with 8 founding members. Okay, guys, I'm messing around. Come on, nobody actually cares about Clout Gang. They're actually useless, but fully unneeded in society. The real first place is, of course, the Sidemen. These lot, even though starting at the exact same time as some other groups early in the list, pioneered what a content group should actually be like. They inspired AMP, Beta Squad, those Dropouts guys, and probably many other groups too. And that's why they're at the top. They showed that a group of people formed of actual friends is better than just some famous people coming together. This is because YouTube groups made out of friends help to keep each other in check in order to achieve the main goal of making good, consistent content. The chemistry between these guys is also amazing. They make jokes, have fun, and do dumb things, which are shown to be the best formula for groups to make good content. And these guys pioneered that. And they have also been really successful in it, which is why it has led me to believe that they are truly the best YouTube group out there. So with that, I'm going to rate them overall a 33 out of 34. Well, that's that. By the way, the last 5 groups I mentioned is the actual rank they're in from best to worst. But the 5 groups before that can be put in any order, I really don't care. Except Team 10, they stay at 10th. They should technically be even lower, but I haven't mentioned any other groups. Anyway, if you guys know of any groups that I missed out, please state them below and tell me why they should be in the top 10. And also where you'd place them in the top 10. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment why you're an unloved human being. And peace.